Okay, so now we're going to expose some artwork on the screens that I coated yesterday. The screens I coated with the photosensitive emulsion. It's been sitting overnight. They're air dry. Now I can put them in my exposure unit right there, and I'll show you how that works. So I set the camera up so you can't really see the cabinet where I'm pulling the screens out of because that's not very exciting. Anyway, this whole process isn't the most exciting thing to watch, but so we place the screen in the unit there, and then I'll open up the shutter here in a minute, but that's in place there, and then this glass cover will come down, clamp everything in place. But first, I have to put the stencil on the screen. I'm standing here so you have something to focus on here. Let's do it this way. So this piece of artwork is actually 3 colors, and I just print on clear material. So that'd be 1 color. This will be maybe another color, and that'll be the 3rd color. So each of those stencils have to be exposed on a separate screen, and they have to be put on there face down. So this is right way up that you would read it when it's printed on the shirt. The screen is actually in here upside down and compared to how we use it in the press. I have to remember to flip my image upside down or mirror image so that when we print the ink through, the ink prints onto the shirt properly. So that's going to be 1 color, and that'll lay in here on the screen. A lot of places will create registration marks and center points and all that kind of stuff to get these in the middle, but I just eyeball it because when I go to put the screen on the shirt press, I have to eyeball it all up, and make each color line up anyway. So I just get it as straight as I can by eye compared to the edge of the screen, and the square on the screen as I can, because that's all adjustable once I go to press anyway. So that's 1 color stencil that goes on, and then I clamp this down like this, 2 little clamps, and then I set a timer on my phone, which I'm using to record this right now. So I just realized I can't set the timer while I'm videoing. So I'll have to open up the shutter so you can see what that looks like. And then I'm going to hurry up and close the shutter, and then I'll set the timer because it takes 2 minutes to expose the screen to a bright light. There's a big halogen bulb up in here, so it's really bright. And it takes 2 minutes to expose. And then I close the shutter, I take this screen out, and then I wash it out in the wash tub. So I'll show you how all that works. But I have to use my phone for my timer, which I wasn't thinking. So I'll show you what it looks like when I open the shutter. You'll see how bright it is. Nice and bright. Okay. I don't want to expose it too long. If it's overexposed, then I lose all the detail, the edges. The light, kind of bleeds underneath. So I'm going to set my timer, and I'll be right back. All right, so there's 2 minutes done, and I'll show you how this looks when it comes out of here. Again, there's the artwork face down, like that. And if you look at the screen, you don't see anything. So you have to take it over to the wash tub and pressure wash this. Where the image was, the light was blocked, so that emulsion stayed soft. Where the image wasn't, the light hit it and hardened or cured the emulsion. So where the image was will blow out with the pressure washer, and I'll show you how that happens. All right, so here's my screen. I just put in the wash tub. This is my pressure washer. So once I hit that with water, that will kind of stop the curing process, and it'll start dissolving the emulsion where the image was. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but you can actually start to see the image show up there. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So I'll let that sit and soak for a few minutes while I expose some other screens, and I'll come back and hit it with some high pressure and clean that out. Okay, so I turn my pressure washer on, and I have the pressure washer in the bathroom, in the room closed in, so it's not quite so loud. So now I have some pressure. Give it a shot on that side. Shot on that side. Let that soak. Okay, a few minutes has gone by, and I'm gonna hit this again with the pressure washer. But in the meantime, my little lapel mic battery went dead, so I had to charge it up. But so it might sound a little different. So I'm gonna hit this again with the pressure washer, and you'll see the image start to appear a little more clear. At this point, you don't want to blast it out too fast or too quickly. You want to take your time and let it slowly dissolve out of it. If I try to blast it too close or too fine of a spray out of here, then it could blow out the emulsion and ruin the image that I have on there, and then I have to start all over again and re-expose the screen. So just better just to work slow with this. You'll probably notice you see a little bit clearer now. Shot there. That might be enough. Let it drip a little bit. So now I can just hold it up to the light and see if I have all the emulsion blown out of it yet. There's a couple spots that still need cleared out, right in there. Maybe up in here a little bit. So I just slowly work at that. This part of the job I get soaking wet. All that water sprays back at me. Let's see if that's enough yet. That actually looks pretty good. Okay. There you can see, hopefully, I don't know how the light is. So that stencil that I exposed on the screen was actually in the exposure unit this way. Put the stencil face down on top of it. Now whenever I go to print it, I'll print through this side, print ink through, and that will put the logo on the shirt correctly. This particular job, there's 3 colors on the front, so there's 3 different screens for the logo, and then there's a 1-color print on the back of the shirt. So there's a total of 4 screens that need done for this job. I have the other 3 screens exposed, and I'm in the process of washing them out. And when they're all done, they'll have to dry overnight, and then they'll be ready to print with tomorrow morning. So that's exposing the screen.